Have you ever wondered why one man walks into a room and immediately captures attention, while another who may be taller, richer, or even more physically attractive goes completely unnoticed? Most people believe attraction begins with appearance. They spend years trying to improve their clothes, build a better body, or impress people with expensive possessions. Yet every day you see average-looking men in happy relationships, while others who seem to have everything struggle to create genuine emotional connections. The truth is that attraction is far more psychological than physical. It is not simply about what someone sees. It is about what someone feels in your presence. Human beings are emotional creatures first and logical creatures second. Before anyone decides whether they like you, their brain is already asking a silent question. How do I feel when I am around this person? The answer to that question shapes attraction more than almost anything else. Many people have been taught that the secret to winning someone's heart is to constantly prove their worth. They believe that giving endless attention, agreeing with everything, texting first every time, sacrificing their own priorities, and making another person the center of their universe will eventually create love. It sounds romantic, but psychology tells a different story. When someone gives away their entire identity in exchange for approval, they unintentionally communicate insecurity instead of confidence. Real attraction rarely grows from desperation. It grows from emotional stability, self-respect, and authenticity. Confidence is often misunderstood. People imagine confidence as being loud, dominant, or constantly seeking attention. Genuine confidence is much quieter than that. It is the ability to remain calm without needing validation from everyone around you. It is knowing your value even when no one is applauding you. People naturally feel drawn toward individuals who appear comfortable in their own skin because emotional certainty creates psychological safety. Someone who constantly questions themselves also causes others to question them. Someone who trusts themselves invites others to trust them too. One of the strongest qualities that naturally attracts people is emotional control. This does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending not to care. It means understanding emotions without allowing them to control every decision. Imagine two people facing rejection. One immediately becomes angry, desperate, or bitter. The other accepts disappointment, learns from it, and continues moving forward with dignity. Which person seems stronger? Which person appears more emotionally mature? Emotional resilience signals inner strength. It shows that your happiness is not dependent on external approval. There is something fascinating about mystery. Human psychology is naturally curious. We value what we gradually discover far more than what is instantly available. This is why oversharing your entire life within the first few conversations often removes the excitement of getting to know someone. Attraction grows when there is room for curiosity. This does not mean playing manipulative games or pretending to be someone you are not. It simply means allowing relationships to unfold naturally instead of rushing emotional intimacy before trust has had time to develop. Purpose is another deeply attractive quality. People admire individuals who are moving toward meaningful goals. Someone with ambition communicates that their life has direction beyond relationships. They are building something, learning something, creating something, or improving themselves every day. This creates admiration because purpose reflects discipline. It demonstrates that happiness comes from personal growth rather than constant external attention. Physical appearance certainly matters, but not in the way most people assume. Attraction is influenced more by health, grooming, posture, energy, and self-care than by perfect facial features. Someone who takes care of themselves communicates self-respect. Good posture suggests confidence. Eye contact communicates presence. A genuine smile creates warmth. Clean clothes, healthy habits, and consistent exercise are not simply about looking attractive. They signal that you value yourself enough to invest in your own well-being. One of the biggest misconceptions about attraction is believing that being nice is enough. Kindness is important, but kindness without boundaries often becomes people-pleasing. There is a significant psychological difference between generosity and approval-seeking. Generosity comes from abundance. Approval-seeking comes from fear. People can often sense the difference without consciously realizing it. True kindness includes honesty, standards, and self-respect. Humor is another remarkably powerful psychological tool. Laughter creates emotional bonding because it reduces stress hormones while increasing positive emotional associations. When someone consistently makes another person feel relaxed and happy, their brain begins linking those positive emotions with that individual. Over time, attraction often grows through repeated positive emotional experiences rather than dramatic romantic gestures. Listening is an underrated superpower. Many people think attraction is created by saying impressive things. In reality, people often remember those who made them feel heard. Active listening communicates empathy, patience, and emotional intelligence. Instead of constantly thinking about what to say next, focus on understanding what the other person is actually expressing. Genuine curiosity creates stronger emotional connections than rehearsed lines ever could. Scarcity increases perceived value in many areas of psychology. Time is one of the rarest resources every human possesses. Someone who constantly abandons their responsibilities to be available every second unintentionally communicates that their time has little value. On the other hand, someone who balances relationships with personal goals demonstrates healthy priorities. Availability is important, but constant availability can reduce appreciation because human beings often value what requires effort. Integrity creates lasting attraction. Words become meaningless when actions repeatedly contradict them. Trust develops when promises consistently match behavior. Someone who keeps their word builds emotional security. Reliability may not seem exciting at first, but over time it becomes one of the strongest foundations of genuine attraction, because predictability reduces anxiety. Emotional intelligence has become increasingly valuable in modern relationships. It involves recognizing emotions, understanding emotional patterns, communicating effectively, and resolving conflicts without unnecessary drama. Many relationships fail not because people stop caring, but because they stop understanding each other. Emotional intelligence transforms disagreement into growth rather than destruction. Ambition without arrogance creates admiration. People enjoy supporting someone who works hard while remaining humble. Arrogance attempts to prove superiority. Confidence quietly demonstrates capability. The difference is enormous. Humility allows people to feel inspired instead of intimidated. Patience reflects maturity. Instant gratification dominates modern society. Messages receive immediate replies. Entertainment is available within seconds. Yet meaningful relationships still require time. Trust develops slowly because the human brain needs repeated evidence before feeling emotionally safe. Someone who respects this process appears emotionally grounded rather than impulsive. Authenticity is impossible to fake forever. Pretending to enjoy things you dislike, constantly changing your personality to fit different people, or hiding your true values eventually creates emotional exhaustion. Authentic people attract healthier relationships because they invite genuine compatibility rather than temporary approval. People often underestimate the importance of calm energy. A person who remains composed during stressful situations naturally becomes emotionally attractive because they create stability. Emotional chaos is exhausting. Emotional consistency is comforting. This does not mean never experiencing emotions. It means responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Curiosity keeps conversations alive. Asking thoughtful questions shows genuine interest instead of self-centeredness. Relationships become stronger when both people feel emotionally discovered. Curiosity communicates respect because it demonstrates that another person's experiences matter. Self-respect quietly shapes every interaction. It influences how you speak, what behavior you tolerate, and which opportunities you pursue. Individuals with healthy self-respect rarely need to announce their standards because their actions consistently reinforce them. Gratitude creates positive emotional energy. People naturally enjoy spending time with individuals who appreciate life instead of constantly complaining. Optimism does not ignore problems. It simply refuses to allow problems to define identity. Resilience becomes especially attractive after failure. Everyone experiences disappointment. What separates memorable individuals from forgettable ones is how they respond afterward. Those who continue growing despite setbacks communicate psychological strength. Communication matters more than perfection. No one expects flawless behavior. People appreciate honesty, accountability, and willingness to improve. Taking responsibility for mistakes demonstrates maturity far more effectively than endless excuses. Perhaps the greatest lesson about attraction is that it cannot be forced. Chasing validation often pushes people away because genuine connection grows through mutual interest rather than pressure. The healthiest relationships emerge when two complete individuals choose each other instead of expecting one another to fill emotional emptiness. Real attraction begins long before two people meet. It starts with the relationship you have with yourself, the way you think, the habits you build, the standards you maintain, and the respect you show yourself quietly influence every interaction. People notice confidence before they notice words. They notice emotional stability before they notice appearance. They notice authenticity before they notice charm. The most attractive qualities are rarely loud. They are found in discipline, emotional maturity, honesty, kindness with boundaries, purpose, resilience, and genuine confidence. These characteristics cannot be purchased, borrowed, or imitated for long. They are developed through consistent choices made every day. When someone focuses entirely on becoming impressive, they often overlook becoming valuable. Impressiveness captures attention for a moment. Value keeps attention over time. Attraction built only on appearance fades when novelty disappears. Attraction built on character continues growing because character becomes more visible with every shared experience. At the end of the day, the people who leave the deepest impression are not necessarily the loudest, the richest, or the most conventionally attractive. They are the ones whose presence creates peace instead of confusion, confidence instead of insecurity, inspiration instead of pressure, and emotional safety instead of uncertainty. Those qualities are timeless because they appeal to the deepest psychological needs shared by nearly every human being. That is why genuine attraction has never been about becoming someone else. It has always been about becoming the strongest, healthiest, and most authentic version of yourself. Most people will leave this conversation believing they now understand women better. But the truth is, this speech was never really about women. It was about you. Because the moment you stop chasing approval, stop begging for attention, stop pretending to be someone you're not, and start building a life that commands respect, everything changes. The irony is that the more you focus on becoming a man of value instead of a man seeking validation, the less you need to convince anyone to choose you. Your presence begins to speak before your words ever do. If a woman likes you only because of your looks, someone better looking can replace you. If she likes you only because of your money, someone wealthier can replace you. If she likes you only because you entertain her, someone funnier can replace you. But if she respects your character, your discipline, your emotional strength, and your purpose, those are qualities that cannot be copied overnight. Never build your life around being attractive. Build your life around becoming exceptional. Because attraction gets attention. Character earns respect. Purpose creates legacy. And the people who truly matter will never remember how desperately you tried to impress them. They will remember how impossible it was to make you betray your values. The strongest man in the room is not the one who speaks the loudest. It is the one who never has to prove his worth. Become that man, and you'll never have to ask why you're enough again.